Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of the Dragon Diaries. Okay, for this month, we have 3 piles for you to choose from, as always. We have pile 1 with this blue aventurine heart crystal, pile 2 with this lemon jade heart crystal, and pile 3 with this opal heart crystal. So whatever pile number, whatever card, or whatever crystal, or a combination of all call to you, then that is meant to be your pile. And don't forget, you can also be drawn to more than one pile. So if you are, by all means, watch as many as you like. So make your choice, and I will see you there. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1, this card, or this beautiful blue aventurine crystal heart. I'll just set that over here, and we'll get rid of this card, and we'll get right into your reading. I have tarot and oracle here. We're going to do live tarot, live oracle at the end as well. And this, if you're new here, this is episode 7. I've been doing one each month, and I've been pulling the characteristics and attribute from the wood dragon, because this is the year of the wood dragon, okay? And this month it's stability. So we're going to talk about where can you have more of it, what might be blocking you from it, how can you be more open to it, and then any current events or situations that might be coming up in your life where it's going to call for it, okay? So let's get right into this. First set is what area? What area of your life should you or can you be more stable or have more stability? And we have universe. Oh, this is a pretty card. Okay, universe. And I'm going to pull the tarot with it as well. The moon. Okay. We're talking about stability. I think I always talk about, sometimes when I think of stability, what I'm talking about maybe force sometimes, or a tower moment that comes down and you have to build it back up on a solid concrete base, okay? What I feel is that maybe you don't have a certain belief system, we could call it. You don't have maybe a religious or spiritual practice. Okay. And if you do, it needs to be more stable. Okay. So I feel that's what it is here with the universe. It's almost like you feeling more stable. Okay. As this is coming in, let me try to, sometimes it takes me a minute. It's almost like you need to be more grounded or more stable in it, in the sense of believing that God, source, universe, I refer to them as spirit, okay? Because different people call their higher power different things, or whomever it is that you have for your higher power. It's believing that that power is out there, that main source, that God, that those ancestors, right? The moon goddess, whomever it is, they're out there and they have your back. And once you start to believe that, pile 1, that the universe, or spirit in this case, really have your back, I feel it's going to allow you to move through your life more confident. That's how I want to say it. Sorry, it took a while to get that out. And with the moon card here, it is believing that there is more, right? Because the moon rules the 4th house, the house of Cancer. And we talk about ancestors in there because it's your family, your home, your ancestors. So maybe for you, you really need to hear the message. Your ancestors are out there in this big, vast universe, because we know this exists, right? We know there's different galaxies and different universes out there. We know that Earth is not the only one. So we know there are more planets, okay? And we all watch Star Trek, please. So what I want to say is, this is is you trusting that someone has your back so that you can move through life more confident, more sure of yourself, more sure-footed, more grounded, more stable. Okay, there, finally got that out. It's believing. I also think here with the moon, just literally, there's the full moon and then there's the new moon, and the new moon's dark and you can't necessarily see, but it's there, right? So think of it that way. Okay, so let's look now at what could be blocking you from maybe, becoming more trustful in the fact that there is this whole big energy out there that has your back, or in some cases, for some people, your ancestors are out there and they have your back. What could be blocking you from this? We have resilience. Well, yes, that's that's a block. Finding your limits. Oh, interesting. Okay, finding your limits with the Fool. Okay. I feel that, okay, this card here, I feel kind of like why it's coming in like this is because you're not able to find your limits. You've never pushed yourself out of the fear of not knowing, not understanding that you have people, ancestors, you have spirit that you can call upon. And I feel that it has been holding, I already said it over here, it's been holding you back. You don't know your limits. I mean, the reality is we as human beings here on earth are how do you say it? We're spirits having a human experience, right? So you are limitless. We just don't remember or know as our little human selves here. But what this dragon energy of stability is bringing in and showing you this month is you do have unlimitless ability, possibilities. You just have been afraid. You've been resisting stepping out, right? So, and we kind of know why, because maybe that belief system wasn't strong or built on a solid foundation, meaning you could have just had lots of questions, right? So this is your dragon guides, spirit coming in and saying, you know what? You need to maybe look into it a little more because there's so much for you to do. There's a new start here for you. This can be a new start, all right? You can move forward with this and take yourself to places you didn't even know you could. All right, so how can you be more open, okay? We've been talking about it. I love how the messages kind of come out as we're talking, but how can you be more open to having stability or faith or confidence, I even want to say, around your belief systems or just in life in general, right? Spirit, okay. And with this spirit, I actually read from the deck always with this card and the Magician. Oh, there's Littlefinger. Wasn't that his name, I think? Peter. This guy, he was like a magician, sometimes for good, sometimes for bad. This guy, I don't know. But this is, again, knowing you can do whatever it is you're capable of doing and being whatever it is that you want to do, that you want to be, okay? That's what the Magician card, I feel, encompasses in context to this reading. You're not even aware that you have all the fire energy, all the air energy, all the earth, and all the water. Literally, it's in your birth chart if you were to do an astrology natal chart reading. You have all of those tools. It's called our inner knowing. It's just whether we access it or not, whether we trust it, okay? So let me go to the book here and read about Spirit Dragon, because I'm just going to tell you the messages, if you've never watched one of these, very good. So Spirit. Spirit appears to us when we are gearing up for another steep learning curve on our spiritual path. He connects most strongly with those who have begun to work on themselves and are well and truly underway with their spiritual journey. His arrival frequently precedes those whose job it is to work for the planet and humankind. The dragon spirit connects with those in particular who have embarked upon the transitional journey of deep self-healing and self-understanding, and those beginning to recognize the bigger picture within the circle of life. Yeah, like, let's just start with the belief that there's a whole big universe and ancestors and spirit or whoever it is for you out there. Love that. He reminds us that everything is interconnected. There is no separation. He says there is no you and I as separate beings. We are all one energy, right? Coming from source, spirit, God, the universe, or whomever. I always do that because I don't want to leave anyone out. These readings, just so you know, sorry, I always call them non-denominational, okay? That's more of a religious thing, but it doesn't matter in what you believe. It's the message that's important, okay? And that you have a higher power that you go to for learning and growth here on earth. All right. If he has swooped into your reading today, he says, call upon my energy to support you as you prepare for the next step of your amazing journey. You will go through a myriad of shifts and changes, self-doubt and euphoria as you embrace the next deep learning process. I am here to guide you through those shifts and changes. You are a spiritual being in physical form, and you have the potential to live a soul-filled spiritual existence on earth. You are truly awesome and your own creator, so embrace what is to come on the next leg of your journey. Yeah, we create our reality, right? We have free will here. If you are feeling spiritually disconnected, lost, or simply overwhelmed, call on Spirit the Dragon here to guide your way. Your job would be to watch and listen to your feelings, sudden flashes of inspiration, and as always, signs and symbols from the dragon clans. Although these are sent by the dragons, they can be subtle, right? Not everything about dragon energy, for example, is going to be woo in your face, breathing fire, right? So be aware to look out for them, all right? You can also meditate with Spirit the Dragon and ask for his guidance to inspire and enlighten you. See, this is what amazes me every time. You all know from watching my videos now how I pick cards, and sometimes they come out, sometimes I flip through, and it always amazes me that out of 4, 5 decks here, that it all just ties together, the message. So I always am just amazed at how Spirit works in these situations. But let's get on to, so how can you be more open to it? It's understanding that this is a time of change for you. That's why you picked pile 1 and you're hearing this message. Maybe you've been sitting up on the fence. Okay, it's time to hop off the fence and start trusting your inner knowing, okay? Realizing that you have infinite power and possibility here. So, are there going to be any current situations, upcoming events, energies in your life that are going to call for you to maybe be more stable, more steady, maybe to be really grounded, or that are going to challenge you in some way? So we have, and I can't even say these names, so I'm just going to hold it here for you, okay? Oya has spoken. So Oya and this dragon, all right? The exchange of give and take has become unbalanced, out of kilter. I renew your spirit with wind. I renew your life with fire. I feel like what you're saying here, and I'm going to bring this out perfect. Maybe for some of you, this is unbalanced. Well, what happens if we're unbalanced? We're not stable, right? We're not stable. We're not, we're rocking back and forth. We're up on the fence. We don't know if we're getting up the fence, on the fence, down the fence, whatever the fence, right? We just know, I feel like you have this inner knowing, pile 1, that there's more. You just, you just don't know, right? You've blocked yourself here. You just don't know you don't know your unlimited possibility. That's what I want to keep saying. So that's important for someone to hear. But this is a new journey. You just heard what I read about from Spirit the Dragon, right? Like you're questioning things maybe. Or you're going to hear this reading and start questioning things. So you start moving through. But this is, maybe you've kind of had a bit of a hard time. Maybe you've had a bit of a hard time trying to make decisions about this topic for yourself, right? About is there someone out there that really cares for me, that really has my back, as in spirit? Is there? I don't know. I've never seen proof of it. It's going to come to you in so many different ways. And maybe that's kind of gotten you down a little bit. It's made you kind of weary. And because you feel like you've been fighting these battles all on your own, when really you just have to ask for help, right? So I want to say there's going to be something that's going to come up, now that we've talked about that, that's going to challenge you, where you're going to have to maybe make decisions or step up to the plate in some way. And I feel that you're going to be a little unsure of yourself. Things are going to feel a little unbalanced, a little less stable, okay? But you remember back to this reading and you're like, you know what? This might be the first time I stand up and regain the balance, regain the stability in my life. I make the decisions because I know that I've got someone watching my back, and I wouldn't have made it before, but now I know I can because I have a whole teams of beings of love, light, and the highest vibration that will come in and help you when you ask, okay? So those are the main messages. I'm going to get a little tarot here for further advice, guidance, all right, about what's on the table already, or it could be a whole different message. You may also find that one of these sets is your message. You may also find pile one that they all do tie together perfectly. I mean, that's the way I've read it, right? 7 of Wands. Yeah. I feel like you are no longer going to be in a place where you feel that you need to defend yourself all by yourself. Okay? You're not standing up there alone. You may not be able to see them, that moon card, right? You may not be able to see who's standing behind you, but you have them standing behind you. Okay? Angels, the dragon guides, whomever it is for you, whoever it is that you feel comfortable with, right? Some people love fairies, mermaids, oh my heavens, animals, your animal spirit guides. Like people navigate to what is comfortable for them, what they know, okay? So that's what you do. 8 of Pentacles. It may be a little hard work. And hard work as in wrapping your head all around it. Whoops, wrong deck. Hard work as in, changing that mindset, moving forward. But you just do it one little baby step at a time. And that's really the message here. They just want you to get the stability back. They don't want you to be the rocking ship out there, okay? They want you. But here's the thing about ships. Something like, 99.9% of the time, it doesn't matter how a ship in a turbulent ocean or sea or body of water, can tip and dive and whatever, but it does have stabilizers, right? So it can bring the balance back and the boat remains upright. Okay, 99.9% of the time. So, and I think I'm thinking more big boats, but anyhow, I just wanted to say that. So it may be a bit of hard work, just kind of wrapping your mind around it, changing the way you used to move and behave into the new way you're going to. And then we have Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, always for me, Knight of Pentacles, along with the King, is slow and steady Eddie. One step at a time. You don't need to rush all into this. If that's your nature, then, you do you, right? But for a lot of you, it doesn't need to be a rush. You just need to put in the hard work. You need to almost maybe methodical. I always like to say with the Knight of Pentacles, you know, you may want to follow a list. You may want to follow like points, like today I'm going to concentrate on this, this, and this. Whatever it is for you, it will be different for everyone. Okay, so I love that. Let's get, but just be steady, Eddie. Okay, and again, steady, stable, balance. All right, let's get, I always love these dragon messages, really, guys. They're so awesome. Let's just get another oracle card. Alpha Dragon. Here we go. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old, visualize your dream, and help to manifest a new world. And you start with you, okay? So I love that card for you. Now I'm going to get one more. I also read just a couple of questions really from the book about this. Maybe a sentence if it pops out. Whoops, too many. But this has a butterfly, which you may have as a spirit animal guide, okay? There is a dragon on here and usually some sort of flower or plant. And what I like about in the book is there's questions. So maybe those questions are something you can ask yourself each day or in moments of, you know, of imbalance so that you can keep yourself on track. We have courage, and it is the mullein is the flower, I guess, and the purple shot copper dragon, or sorry, butterfly. So let me just go here to courage and see what it has to say. Yeah, the flower is the mullein, M-U-L-L-E-I-N, and the butterfly purple shot copper. And here is the question: how do I show courage every day? Okay, how do I show courage, right? Because, you know, you're not aware, or you're working on becoming aware that you are limitless, that you can go and do whatever it is that you need to do, that this is a new journey for you. And you'll be tempted, as we all would be, to go, you know what, that this is all feeling too new. It's so uncertain. You know, I need to just revert back to my old self. They're saying no. So this is how do I show courage every day to continue on this new path for myself. Something else that just popped out right here: when you find the nerve to face a challenge, you will become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every step you take into the unknown is a courageous one, but some will require more gumption than others. Okay, awesome. Now let me get one last card for you here, pile one. Love the, I do, you know, I just gush about the dragons, all right? Because I always love these messages. Honor the magic of the land. Be nature's friend and ally. Assist in recreating Mother Earth's original garden of pure wonder. So for some of you, it would be possibly, you know, getting out. This is a cute card on the back too. You know, getting outside, being one with Mother Earth, with nature, right? And maybe for some of you, this is a message that you in some way need to be out, for lack of a better way of saying it, and it feels kind of old-fashioned, but you need to be out working the land in some way. Maybe it's your own garden. Maybe you have flower garden. Maybe you have vegetable garden. Maybe you have an herb garden. I don't know. Maybe you just have hanging baskets, you know what? But it's getting out there. I feel it's the message here is like touching it, being part of it, and nurturing, loving, and caring for it, because that's what you do with the garden. That could be a message for someone. So thank you, pile one, for being here. I hope that the messages this month for the attribute of stability is going to help you in your own life in some way. I will see you in your next reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile two, this card, or this lemon jade heart crystal. And I'll just say, this is actually the tarot card from the Game of Thrones deck, okay? So that's the card you chose. I'm just gonna set it aside. I have my piles done here. There's tarot, there's oracle. We're also pile 2 gonna be doing tarot and oracle at the end, okay? So just stick around. These messages, I just love them every month, okay? This is our 7th episode, right? We're talking about stability here, being stable, being steady, all of those type of things. So we're going to get right into this and talk about in what area of your life can or should you be more stable or like have more stability, all right? So first set of cards out, we have gratitude. And we have the 4 of Spears. Well, right away, I mean, I feel like this message here with the cards alone, let alone what Spirit has to say yet, is just, this is just having gratitude for all the good things in your life. And when you say having the gratitude, like everybody would say, oh, well, I am thankful, but I'm going to just say, because I'm guilty of it myself, are there times, pile 2, that we just take things for granted? We don't think of them as a blessing, okay? We don't celebrate them. We just feel like that's the norm, right? That's, a roof over our head, clean water to drink, food to eat, friends that we have, family that we may have. We just take them for granted sometimes. And this is Spirit just reminding us, Spirit, God, Source, Universe, the dragon guides, whomever, right? Saying, or whomever it is for you too, you know what? We really have to make a better effort here to have more gratitude in our lives, because when we are thankful, when we are reflective in our lives in general, but especially about the things that we have, it brings in that sense of wholeness or stability, or things aren't as bad or unbalanced as they seem, right? So when you bring in the gratitude, big or small, for whatever it is, and not just, the gratitude when someone does something nice for you and you say, oh, thank you. I appreciate that in the moment. This is about the small things, the little things, the things that you normally wouldn't express gratitude for, but just saying a quick thank you to Spirit. I don't know, for whatever reason, it's just like, you will feel more whole. You will feel more balanced. You will feel more stable. Right? You will feel more steady. Okay? So, have gratitude and celebrate those things, pile 2. That is the message here. Now, what could be blocking you from this? That's an interesting question, actually, for this particular topic. And this is one of the attributes, just so you know, of the wood dragon. This is the year of the wood dragon in the Chinese zodiac, which is what spurred me, for whatever reason. Well, Spirit did. That's why. To do these monthly readings, to take on the different attributes, that they write about in the Chinese zodiac for the wood dragon. And I just pick one each month and pull cards and ask questions about it. And they're the most beautiful readings. So let me continue on. But what could be blocking you from this? And I know that feels like a funny question, because you think, well, what would be blocking me from being happy, from celebrating what I have? But we are strange little creatures, us human beings, sometimes. So pile 2, let's look at what they have here. Freedom, breaking the chains. Okay. Freedom, breaking the chains with the 9 of Cups. Here's what just popped into my head quick, and I've got to think about how they want me to talk about it, but the other shoe will drop. Okay, so the other shoe will drop. What's blocking you from this? almost that feeling, and this can be the way you were brought up. Just, it could even be subconscious for you, right? Like you're not even really aware that this is your belief somewhere, because it's been ingrained in you somewhere. You've learned it somewhere along the line. I can't be too happy. The other shoe's gonna drop. If I get too happy, too comfortable, too thankful, and celebrating what I have, then something bad is going to happen. Okay, I feel like this card is one of those ones I call a twofer sometimes, where it's giving me what could be blocking you from this, as well as the solution. Okay, so what we don't realize, or what you may not realize, pile 2. I always include myself in this because we're all the same, right? And I've been through these situations, so I understand it. Let's not get too happy or something bad will happen. You may word it a different way, but that's the idea. We need to break those chains, okay? We need to break that chain. We need to cut that cord. We need to release it, however you want to say it, because only then will we feel emotionally fulfilled. So in other words, and all of this may not resonate for you, okay? Maybe you don't feel that way, and that's all right. For some people, it's going to be through each little pile that I do here, you'll fit the story. For others of you, this could be the message. Maybe one of the next ones will be. Maybe you don't have that feeling of, too much good, a little bad's got to happen. But there is a reason that you're not expressing gratitude all the time. And that is because maybe on an emotional level, you aren't feeling fulfilled. So for some of you, there's no chain to be broken here, or pattern or behavior, or what you've learned as a kid. Maybe your parents always said it. Yeah, don't get too excited about that. You know what I mean? Or a grandparent or an aunt or uncle that was just always that way, and that's just in the back of your mind, like I said, and sometimes you're not even aware of it. But for all of you, it won't be breaking the chain. For some of you, you just need to figure out what in your life isn't being fulfilled emotionally, okay? Where you're happy doing what it is that you're doing. Look, sometimes... Sorry, guys, this is the way I read. I tend to jump sometimes because I just look down here. Sometimes it could be the job that you have is not emotionally fulfilling for you. So you're not even thankful for the job, and it makes it hard to be thankful for other things. I hope you're catching my drift with that. I feel like that could be, if there's no chains that need to be broken, well, that is a chain that needs to be broken. But if you don't resonate with, the other shoe's going to drop, it could just be because there are other areas of your life that you're not happy in, and maybe those need to be fixed up so that you can start to feel the gratitude again. Okay? Because when you get down about one thing, you can tend to get down about a lot of things. All right. So, how can you be more open? And this is all about stability, right? This feeling of gratitude, not feeling like the other shoe's going to drop, like the bottom's going to drop out. That's not stability. That's not feeling stable and secure. That's feeling like you're walking on a tightrope all the time. So, how can you bring more into your life, or be more open to bring it in? I always read from this book because the messages usually... there are no oh my heavens, you guys, I'm bad with sayings. You've probably heard me say that before. It's the way the cards come out. Even in the color here, I just, there's always, maybe blue or aqua is a color for you, and this may resonate. For some of you, okay, this is kind of getting off, but with this blue, I feel I'm going there for a reason. Maybe you need to speak up. Maybe your throat chakra needs to be activated. Maybe it's blocked right now. So that could be a message for someone. But we have Soul Guardian with the King of Cups. Well, the King of Cups is emotionally balanced, just let me tell you. So they could be saying here, bring on this King of Cups energy, right? Get that emotional stability. I feel like this is the main point of your reading. There's got to be some emotional stability here, and that will change and flip things. But let's go to Soul Guardian, and I will read from that. Okay, read from the book here. This beautiful dragon is your soul guardian and your very own dragon counterpart. This majestic being carries all of you, all your past and your experiences. You are he is you. He knows all there is to know about you and your lives. He knows that which you need to do and which you avoid, and that which you celebrate. Well, we're talking about that, right? He is the guardian of every incarnation you have experienced as a soul throughout the ages, the good, the bad, and of course the ugly. He says, as well as your positive side, I also hold your shadow, the part that you would rather not acknowledge exists. I am the keeper of all memories. As you pass through each lifetime, your human body and mind have a need to protect themselves when you experience pain or trauma, whether from birth, life, or death. A small piece of your soul then also retreats to protect itself. I am the guardian of your soul, the expression of the whole and complete you. If your soul guardian dragon has arrived in your cards today, he is telling you that the time has come to begin to piece your soul back together, to recall all the missing parts so that you can complete the amazing picture and reveal yourself in all your magnificence as a living being. He tells us, all you need to do is ask and I will guide your way. You are a spiritual warrior, but you must learn to listen to your inner guidance. I will always be beside you as you follow your path. I'm just going to say you might want to check out pile 1 based on this message here. All right, so some of you, what I just read could be the message that you've come to pile 2 for. For others, I hope that you're seeing the connection back to here. This is, you know, we could call this shadow, right? Not expressing gratitude, always worried and, you know, negative Nelly, the other shoe's gonna drop. Those would be shadow attributes that we carry. This is Soul Guardian Dragon telling you it's okay to break the chain. All right? It's okay to be happy and to celebrate. This is what makes you you. This is what will bring you emotional fulfillment. And I do feel that they're really wanting you to take on that King of Cups, right? That emotional balance, being wise, being calm in situations where maybe for you, you don't feel so calm. And why the throat chakra come up is maybe you need to express that in some way. Okay, let's go on to, is there going to be a current situation, upcoming event, person, something in your life that's going to call for you to be the stable one, for you to have more stability in the situation, something that may challenge it in some way. I'll hold this up so you can see the name of the person and the dragon on the card. And it says, be flexible in every situation in your life. Learn to concede in order to promote the light of peace. With that word concede, stop trying to fight it. Just stop trying to fight it. That's what's bringing the imbalance. That's what's bringing, the shaky, unstable, I want to say foundation of you, is fighting it. Go back to what the Soul Guardian Dragon said. You know what? One little step at a time. Let's work through this. I've got your back, which is why I think pile 1 may resonate with you for whatever reason. For some of you, if you call to it, go there. But this is really, okay, I love this. Don't fight it, right? Don't, learn to concede, because the light of peace, which is the positive, the bright, the good side, not the shadow, right? There's light and shadow. We want the light, not the shadow. So with this, we have the King of Swords. And if it isn't that, I always forget his name from time to time because he comes out quite often. He's a popular card when I use this deck, the Night King. Look, okay. So be flexible in every situation. Learn to concede in order to promote the light of peace. Look, they didn't want to. I'm trying to remember the show now. I may have to go. I always say I have to go back and watch it again. You know, did they want the battle? Not the Night King. Did the realms, did the 7 realms want this battle with the Night King? No. They would have done everything they could to try to avoid it, right? But finally they said, you know what? There's no avoiding this anymore. We need to give in and get ready, and we need to go face them. We need for this to happen. This needs to happen, because we will have no peace. We will not be able to be grateful. For example, I'm talking about you now, unless it happens, right? So those are your main messages. And there's Jon Snow, calm, wise, great leader, emotionally balanced, leading them into it. Now, let's get some more tarot here for clarification, confirmation, advice, and guidance. Could be what's already on the table or something new. 4 of Wands. We have it again, so twice. By you being able to celebrate your life, you being grateful for the small things, the big things, being able to reflect on your life and you know, what needs to change, what needs to happen. You know, these messages can expand here. You know what? That's where you're going to find your true happiness and celebration. The Page of Wands. I love this, because we're kind of talking here, right? Can see it like it's like battle. But with the Knight of Wands, you know, take on that inspired, passionate energy and go after it. Take the action, move forward, right? Understand that this is a new way of being for you, a new way of thinking for you. And, oh, those 2 come out, so we'll take both of them. And you know what? There's no time like the present than to get that fire in your belly and to head out, so to speak, on your new journey. Here we have the 6 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Again, all about emotion. This here is getting emotionally balanced, being happy with what it is. And then the 10 comes along. I'm going to put it right down here under it. I hate covering cards up, but there's not enough room. You know what? You move on to the 10, which is the end. You've done it. You're happy. You're celebrating. You are thankful. You're not afraid that the other shoe's going to drop anymore. And the 6 of Cups here, I just want to say, feels like, you know, it always reminds me of nostalgia. But I think in this case, again, it's that stability when it comes to your emotions, feeling peace, feeling harmony, that sense of accomplishment. Nothing can make you feel more stable and like you're standing on your own 2 feet than a sense of accomplishment here, okay? And we're talking on an emotional level. So I love that. Now let's get a few more oracles here, and then we're going to tie this up for you, pile 2. It's just further advice, guidance again. Some messages. Fire and water dragon. Well, we're talking about fire and water, right? The wands are fire, the celebration, the night going out is fire, taking inspired action, and the water is all the emotions. So let's see what fire and water dragon enables your life to flow with loving force. Okay, I love that. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected. Have fun. I love that message. I mean, that I don't have to say anything. That's just a great message. Now, this set of oracle cards has a butterfly, which could be a spirit animal for you, okay? It also has a plant. And in the book, there's a question or 2 sometimes. And I find that the question, you know, amazing how spirit works here, will always tie in, because maybe as you're starting to work on this, you know, it's not always easy when we're talking about, you know, switching things up for the better when it comes to emotions. but you've got your soul guardian dragon. Go back and listen to what he said again, right? For some advice and guidance on how to do it. But these questions can also, for you, maybe be a question you can ask yourself every day or when you're feeling it's tough. We have friendship. We have, is it freesia is the plant, and green vined, and I cannot see that word for the life of me. Hang on here, you guys. Green veined Charaxus. I'm going to let you see the word, so if you want to look it up, you can for the butterfly, okay? Down here, the second one. All right, let me go to the book and see what this has to say. Switching out my glasses here. All right, it is, oh, there's 3 questions here. Who are my dearest friends? How can I be a better friend? And what do I need from my friends? And how can I help them meet their needs? This is really random, you guys. I said it's funny how it always ties in. Oh, maybe there's someone specific here listening to this, that this is the, remember I said your friends, your family, you take them for granted. Maybe for some of you, this is about your friends, and this may just be a reminder for that person or 2 or 3 that are listening. This is about your friends and being thankful for them and not worrying that they're going to drop out of your life or disappear, okay? Oh, I love this. So again, who are my dearest friends? How can I be a better friend? And what do I need from my friends? And how can I help them meet their needs? Okay, I feel like that was very specific, okay, for someone or for a small group of you. But I love that message. It's beautiful. But also look up that flower and the green veined Charaxus, I guess. Charaxus. I'm bad with pronouncing things if I don't know the word. Okay. And one last thing. As light follows darkness, so day follows night. Be patient and wait for the right opportunity to create a new chapter in your life. I like to say, okay, here, that can be a message on its own. All right, for some of you, the right opportunity, it's going to have to feel right for you, basically. All right, but there is a new chapter to start and create. And for some of you, it's going to be when it feels right. All right, so, but also baby steps. I love using that, baby steps. You just take baby steps. Right? That's on a movie. That's like on an old movie where didn't somebody go, I can't remember the name of it. And that wasn't one of the things, you just need to take baby steps, and the person was going around, baby step, baby step. Think of it like that, all right? Take baby steps, and when the time is right, you dive into it, right? You're like the Page of Wands, just full of new ideas and ways to do things and getting out there and doing it. So that's your message pile 2. I hope that you enjoyed these this dragon energy of stability, this attribute of theirs, and I hope that it somehow is able to help you in your own life, that's why you were drawn to this pile. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Hi to those of you who chose pile 3, this card, or this opal heart crystal, okay? This is going to be your dragon energy reading. Okay, I have the cards already done here. We're going to be doing live tarot and oracle towards the end. We are rather talking about stability, being stable in your life. You know, let's get right into this. I am just going to say pile 1, pile 2, beautiful messages. But here's the thing, whenever I do these dragon energy readings, it's the year of the wood dragon. So I went in the Chinese zodiac, right? And I went in and I read about it, and I just picked out different attributes, and I read about them in pick-a-cards each month. Because I thought, why not? We'll do it for the whole year. We'll have 12 episodes. So this is episode 7. Welcome. If you haven't watched the others, go back. They're timeless, right? Okay. So in what area of your life can or should you be more stable or have more stability? We have air chalice. Okay. With the Queen of Cups. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we're talking about stability here. Well, this is your thoughts and this is your emotions. Well, that pretty much makes us all up pile 3. So, but with this air chalice, here's what I want to say. It's a cup too. Okay. First message coming out is in order for you to have more stability in your life or to be more stable in the day-to-day, you need to have your mind, right? All of your thoughts, your actions, your words, your mind, your ego, working alongside of what your gut, your heart, your soul, and your intuition tell you. So we can either lead what we'll call a totally ego driven, all right, where it's, my thoughts are my thoughts, and you know what, there can be no emotion in this. Or we can go the other way and just be driven on emotion, where everything is, there's no common, oh gosh, that was, but I have to say it, there's no common sense, right? Like, it's just everything's driven on emotion, and I almost want to see, because I'm seeing just someone who's a basket case, right? Okay, we don't want either one of those to be the way. The whole goal here is that they work together. Maybe there's something emotional. You have a gut feeling, your intuition tells you something, and your ego at first wants to, shoot it down, or your logical mind wants to shoot it down. But then you say, no, logical mind, you're not shooting this down. Let's really think about this. And you see how it can work together, or vice versa. Okay. So that's what I get, because this is a cup, even though we're talking about air. Okay, so think of swords energy, right? Air energy is the element, all of those thoughts, having clarity, action, words, all right? And then we have the Queen of Cups, and the cups are all of your emotions, your intuition, your creativity. And with the Queen, she is totally intuitive, okay? She is in flow. She is caring and kind and nurturing, self-care, self-love, taking time out to pray, to meditate. Okay, being compassionate towards herself and others. So I feel by you getting the two of them, all right, but I love it all here in one card. If you can take all of that and get that working together and not beat yourself up over it. And that's where the self-love, care, and compassion comes in. Understanding that this is going to take practice, getting ego and intuition, just for short and sweet, right? This isn't a short and sweet reading. I do that series as well, but this is just getting them to work together and not against one another. That's where you're going to find the stability. That's where you're going to find the steadiness. That's where you're going to get clear and truthful about things, doing it in a loving and kind way, and feeling good about it. Okay? If you're standing in your truth, feeling good about it, not feeling guilty, not feeling shame, not worry, or any of those things. Love that. Okay. What could be blocking you from this? Oh, not the pretty pink dragon. No. Or actually, it's, I'm not sure who that is, but the dragon is white. Okay. Miracle, making a difference. All right. Ace of coins. Okay. Talked about this in one of the other piles, and I haven't said this for a while. My readings go, when I always say when Spirit has a specific message, pile 3, that they want to get out, it will come across in all my readings, just in different ways with different cards, but the end result is the same, right? So I call this a twofer, because sometimes this happens. It's going to be what could be blocking you from this and the solution all in one. So I feel that it's simply you just being unaware, okay, of what could actually happen, what could make a difference in your life, what could be a game changer, we could call it, what could be a miracle if you allowed these two to work together. If you allowed your thoughts and your emotions to work together. I don't even know if it's so much a block in this case, okay? If it's a block or if it's just an unknowing. You're just not even aware because you've either gone one way or the other. Ooh, I like this. And with this Ace of Coins here, this really is a new opportunity. And we can say financial. Well, for some of you, it could be financial. This could, just by changing this up a bit, this could actually be a new financial beginning for you. For some of you, okay? It could make the difference. But it's also a new grounded opportunity for you. It could even be a new career opportunity for you, which in turn is money, right? It could just allow you, miracles making a difference, to actually being stable enough, okay, to start manifesting, bringing in what's good for you, bringing in what would serve your purpose in life here. Different things. It can be many different things for many people. But if your ego's taken over or your emotions are taken over, it's pretty hard to be sure and stable and solid in what it is that you actually want to bring in and how you're going to do it. So you can see here that the block, I think, is just the unknowing of how good things could be if you were to have them working together. Okay? So I love that message. Now, let's get into how can you be more open to stability in general, in your life, like in this context, right? Like, how can you be more open to it? Oh, look at this. We have magic and manifestation. I haven't had this card in a while. I think it's the only card that has two dragons on it, magic and manifestation. And we were talking about manifestation. That's what the Ace of Coins represents, right? Manifesting, planning, bringing in what it is that you need. For some of you, it can revolve around money. Like I said, new career opportunity, new job, new financial opportunity. When you get your when you get yourself together here and everything's working in tandem, all right, then you're like magic and manifestation. And we had miracle here, okay, making a difference. So I just love how these cards are coming out with the 10 of Spears. Yeah, this is you coming to the end of a good old long fought battle, really. It's almost like, you know, you've gathered up these spears or these swords here from each battle that you've had to win or that you've gone through at least. And now you're bringing them and you're laying them all down because you're like, I feel like I fought the good fight. I'm tired, you know, I'm a little beat up, but I feel like I have. And I feel like that's a feeling you could tie back to here with when you have thoughts and emotions battling one another. It would be where is oh, I can't say the word. It would make you weary. Okay. I know there's a word there. I just can't think of what it is. Wearisome, possibly. But yeah, it would tire you out. But I also read from the book here, guys, if you've never watched one of these readings before, because the messages that come with this card, they're always so great. So here we are. We have magic and manifestation. These two dragons, oh, this is the creator. She says, these two dragons are the only pair on one card in the deck, and I remembered that. Originally, they were separate, but as I began to connect with them more deeply, I realized that they were a beautiful pair of two equal parts, magic and manifestation. Is this not what we're talking about? Thoughts and emotions They need to be a pair working together. They're equally as important. Okay, I'm getting goosebumps. These unusual dragons are powerful allies to have and are among the most influential and magical of all dragons yet to come to Earth. If they have shown themselves to you, their message is this: we have danced into your consciousness to reassure you that the worst is now behind you, okay? Your journey has been a long and arduous one at times. Now look to the future and embrace what is to come. New beginning here. They carry the limitless energy of magic and manifestation and warn. Be sure and clear. Oh my gosh, you guys. I did not read this last night. I tag it so that I can come to it quickly during the reading. But I made these piles last night. Oh, I do have goosebumps. Where was it? Now I've lost my place. They carry the limitless energy of magic and manifestation and warn. Be sure and clear in your intentions when invoking our presence, for we are the alchemist. And what you are asking for is what you are asking for, what you truly desire. Will it serve and benefit your higher purpose? And that's what I was saying here, like, how can you even try to manifest stuff in if you've got your emotions and your thoughts working against one another? Oh, good Lord. This is like mic drop moment. Call upon us when you want things to swoop into your life. We are here to help turn your dreams into reality, change your world, and support you as you undertake your journey. Look deep inside and ask what it is you really want. Once you are clear about your choices, we will assist you in achieving them. These dragons will dive to your aid when you need any kind of practical support. If you need help on a specific aspect of your physical existence here on Earth, you can call upon I don't know that word. Anyway, you can call upon them to help you manifest it. These dual dragons are known as the miracle makers. Look, you guys, seriously, I have nothing else to say. Unbelievable. All right, let's keep going. That just talks about literally the fact that the 10 of Spears come out. You see how I create when I'm doing, live and I flip through the cards or they fly out, one or the other. Unbelievable. Okay. Everything we're talking about. This is duality, right? This is duality. Your emotions, your thoughts, being clear, trusting your intuition, right? Okay. Next, is there a current or upcoming situation or event or energy, person, whatever it is that in your life that's going to call for more stability or challenge it? We have Freya, and I can't say the name of that. I find the dragon cards, there's always words I can't say in here. Okay, there it is. It says, the answer to the question, what is my task, can only be found on the battlefield of life. Only the courageous will discover it. So what is my task? What am I here for? What am I here to do? What battles am I here to fight? What is it that I'm meant to manifest into my life? What magic, what miracle can I then help send out into the world? And we have the King of Spears or the King of Wands. And I love that because he is all about the big picture, right? What is there out there? What is it that I'm supposed to do? How can I do it? Let me think of some ways. Let me become inspired. He gets passionate about it, right? He has the grand ideas and the big visions. And that's what this is. This is looking at it big picture and saying, what is my task? Well, if you have your mind or your thoughts and your emotions fighting each other, how could you ever get to the point of figuring out what it is that you're here to do? Ooh, so these could be individual messages, but they can also, as you see, tie together for you. Love that. Now that's a question to ask, right? So, and I just, even with the opal crystal here, my eyes just went to it. It's like, even it, right? It's not one solid color. It's like there's multiple colors in there. Wherever you hold it, that's what you're going to see. I just love the way this works. Let's get some more pile 3 confirmation, clarification, advice, or guidance, okay? The High Priestess. There we are. That's trusting your intuition. That is your inner knowing. Okay? Call that part of you out. If you are more of a ego, mind, thought, logical mind, maybe you need to take on the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess here and really start working with that inner knowing that you have, because you have both. All right, the Hanged Man. Beautiful. This isn't going to happen overnight, okay? Change rarely does. You know, sometimes it's a long journey for some, a shorter journey for others, but the fact is you need to maybe, when you feel yourself in conflict here with your mind and your emotions, you may need to take a little time out. You may need to look at it from a different perspective, okay? Look at it from, you know, the action, the air, I guess action, but the air energy, and then look at it from the emotional or intuitive energy. Look at it both ways and see how they can marry together. This is all about the duality of it. I love it. Pairs. The Four of Swords. Again, take a time out. I really feel that they're bringing this message in because for some of you, this, I'll tell you, this is a work in progress type of thing, right? Where it, you know, you will always have those conflicts. It's just going to be what the difference will be is almost how quickly you recognize it and then start going into Hangman, okay? To look at it from both sides, from a different from all sides, right? That will be the goal, so that when you feel that conflict, you're like, ooh, I don't know. I feel like I'm a little too emotional about this. I need my logical mind and thoughts in here. Come on, let's see this from a different perspective, or vice versa. You recognize it right away. That will be the goal, and then you work them together. But sometimes you may need to take a little time out to do that. Don't be afraid to do that. That doesn't hurt anything if you need to look at things from a different perspective, and while doing it, you just kind of take a little time out here. You know, you just kind of lay down, you think about it, you get clear in your thoughts, you get clear in your emotions, okay? And then you move forward. Love those messages. Let's get some more oracles here before we go pile 3. Crystal Yellow Dragon opens to your higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. Well, this is walking in a higher sense of yourself on a higher spiritual path. It is the mastery of your thoughts and your emotions. And that's one thing we all strive for, okay? Right? Learn. This is learning. This is gaining wisdom, okay? So, I love that card. Now, this set of cards, there's usually questions in there that may help you as you're going through this, maybe to help keep you on the straight and narrow while you're trying to do it. Or it could just be, as in pile 2, a message on its own, which I really loved. Well, it did tie in, but I felt like it was really a message for a few people. But there's a butterfly in here, could be a spirit animal for you. There's also a plant and the question in the book. So let me just grab it. We have thoughtfulness. Well, isn't that what this all is, right? Cowslip is the plant, and the Duke of Burgundy is the dragon. Or sorry, is the butterfly. I keep always saying the dragon. It's the butterfly. Let me grab from the book here the questions. What did I think about today? How do I talk to myself? Perfect. Because isn't this how you're talking to yourself? It's an inner battle. You're not discussing it for the most part, right? It's an inner battle. Your thoughts, your emotions, what are you telling yourself? How are you talking to yourself? Are you looking at it from all sides? What did you think about today? Ooh, I love that. And yes, it is Cowslip, the flower, and Duke of Burgundy, the butterfly. I also just like to look and see if I'm drawn to a sentence in here. This card challenges you to pay more attention to the thoughts in your head. Be mindful of how you think about yourself and others. Pay close attention to the language you use in your self-talk. Being aware of what is going on in your head is the first step to discovering who you are. I love it. I love it. I love it. So this is a lot about what are you thinking about? And again, it's that kind of that little internal and sometimes big internal battle that we have with ourselves, with our thoughts and our emotions. That's what this message is about, pile 3 for you. And once you master that, that's when the stability comes back into your life. Or, you know, if maybe you are partway there and it's just going to be more stable for you, okay? The light that you are seeking is already within. Follow those things that bring peace to your soul. Well, I just love that message, okay? So look, you already have it within you, right? Your thoughts and your emotions are within you, okay? Reflecting upon them, taking time to reflect upon them, trusting them is all within you. So there you go, pile 3. That is your reading this month, episode 7 from the Wood Dragon and the Chinese Zodiac, Year of the Dragon, and Stability. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.